Good morning. How are you? I have my coffee, Javalia from Sweden. I love it. That's my coffee today. Um, I bought some Valentine's gifts for my daughter. I bought a card for my mother in law, my daughter, and my husband. But this is what I got my daughter, a fuggler. It's a keychain, but it's got two teeth. You see its teeth? I think that was so cool. This is the card I got her. And it says, Hugs, kisses, XOs, you and me, be mine, candy and honey. And then you open it up and it says, I'm sweet on you. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, I just thought that was an adorable gift for her. This is what I bought my mother-in-law. This one is Happy Valentine's Day. You are fabulous. They were every day of the year. And then for my husband, I'm gonna get him some chocolate too because he likes dark chocolate. So I need to go find him some dark chocolate. Um, will you be my Valentine? Yes, absolutely, of course. Happy Valentine's Day. And then all the little hearts I'm going to check off. Yeah. And then I'm also working on my sister's quilt. I was going to make seashells, but I am not. So what I've started doing is these are some triangles I've cut out. And the next one I'm going to cut out is 244 of the bumblebees. And then I will cut out the black as well. And I think there's a lot more than 244. It's like 270 something. And then I will put them together as a pinwheel quilt. And I took a picture of the supposed pinwheel quilt of how it looks. And I sent a picture to my sister in Colorado because she's going to be moving to Scotland. And when I saw her in November, she told me that her grandma used to sew, and she had made her a quilt of seashells, and it was purple, and I tried to draw a picture of the seashells, and I had a really hard time doing that. But I've decided I could do this pinwheel quilt. So, yeah, I'm going to make her a pinwheel quilt. And I told her to be patient with me. I hope she likes it. But she says it looks beautiful. So, that's what I'm working on. And today I'm going to prayer breakfast. Monday, I am going to Bible study. It starts up again. We are working on Genesis? Yeah, Genesis. Yeah, 12-week program on Genesis. That's a lot of reading. But it's good. And then we're coming slowly into February. So, that's how this year's going. How are you guys doing? Are you inspired? Are you being kind? Are you moving forward? You know, I met two wonderful people yesterday. I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I went into the bank. But first, the first one I met was, I don't know if he was homeless, but he seemed like a homeless guy. But I'm not saying that in a bad way. He came up to me and asked me if I could give him some money because he needed some food. And he was a younger guy. He was like in his 20s. And I didn't have any money on me. So I says, no, I'm sorry. And then I walked into the bank. Well, in the bank, I walked in and a wonderful police officer was in the bank. And he was so nice and kind, and he made me smile. And so when I was walking out of the bank, he was still very nice. He wasn't giving me that wicked eye, like, you're coming in, so they stare at you to make sure you're not doing anything wrong. It was cool. So so I went in, I got out of the bank, and I popped my head back in, and I told him, you know what, you made me smile. And he says, you know what, you've made me smile too. And I was like, that's so cool. So I was walking out of the bank, and I was praying to God. I said, God, please bless this man, because he was so, it was more of a, I don't know the word, I'm sorry, but it was more, we had connection. It was really good. And so I hope the Lord blessed him, because he was a blessing for me. And then when I was getting back to my car, the same guy that I ran into before the bank came up eating a croissant. I says, oh, you got food now. He says, yes, I am so happy. And you know what? I started praying for the Lord for him too. I says, Lord, I'm sorry I deemed him homeless and stuff like that. I shouldn't look at people and think negative. And I says, but I'm glad he did get that food. I'm sorry I didn't have money to give him, but I'm glad he did get the food, and he talked to me just a little bit. And makes me think that there are always good people out there. And so I hope you run into some good people. Okay? And I also hope you have a good cup of coffee. And I hope that you have a great week. And I will see you soon.